The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Ahead on DC News Now at 10, today the world mourned the loss of Pope Benedict XVI, including here in the district. A closer look at the connection he had with the DMV. Plus, the investigation continues into the deadly crash near the White House, what we know this evening. And from New York City to here in the DMV, how everyone is getting ready to ring in 2023. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10, our last newscast of 2022. I'm Annalisa Gale. New Year's Eve started with a little rain, but it should clear out just in time for that ball drop later.
That's right, as Annalisa, we take a look at the latest radar picture here in just a moment, and you'll see we pretty much cleared out. Now, fog has taken over in areas that have seen the rain. That will be an issue overnight tonight. But as far as rain and steady rain, that's pretty much over with here for the Beltway surrounding region. Yeah, there are a couple little showers along I-81 out towards West Virginia, the eastern panhandle there, portions of western Maryland as well. As a matter of fact, we'll take a look at our future radar and see where those rain showers off to the west go. Looks like they will brush Hagerstown, potentially even Frederick, Maryland here between now and 11 o'clock, so over the next hour. But that's the last gasp of rain showers across the region. So here is your headlines, or here are your headlines. 2022 ends with the showers and some fog, but sunshine starts your 2023, and a mild start to that will continue over the next 3 to 4 days. But a cold front will arrive midweek and change our temperatures. Will it be dramatically cooler? We'll talk about that coming up.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Well, tonight, Catholics around the world continue to mourn the loss of a former leader. Pope Benedict XVI died earlier today at the Vatican at the age of 95. Dave Laval has a look at his connection to the DMV.
DC's Basilica of the National Shrine is one of the places then Pope Benedict XVI visited during his April 2008 tour of America. People came here Saturday not just to recall that moment, but also honor their late spiritual leader.
Music once again fills the halls of the Basilica of the National Shrine. The faithful gather to recognize their Savior and someone else, the late Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI. Among them, Cardinal Wilton Gregory.
In all of the many roles that he played during his long life, he never ventured far from his deep trust in God's providence and in God's design.
Those who gathered to remember the late pontiff who died Saturday said this is where they needed to be at this time.
I mean, all the popes are special for us Catholics, you know. We respect them. They're our leaders.
I said to my wife that this is probably the place to go outside of Rome right now as we remember the Pope.
The late Pope holds a special place in the heart of this basilica. He came here April 16th, 2008. All around the building are reminders of that visit. It's a day Monsignor Walter Rossi will never forget.
It was Easter week. It was a beautiful day outside, a beautiful day inside. The Holy Father arrived to the front of Mary's shrine, and as he did so, there were people on the front steps greeting him. And then he came to this upper church and greeted those who were in the upper church, said a prayer, gave a blessing, and then went down to the crypt church, and there he met with the bishops of the United States.
People will gather here again on Thursday for a 12:30 service to honor the late pontiff as he is buried at the Vatican. At DC's Basilica of the National Shrine, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, developing now, a crash investigation continues near the White House where a woman was hit and killed. We've learned that this all started as an attempted traffic stop. Secret Service noticed the suspect's tags did not match his car. As those Secret Service officers then approached that car, the driver took off. Investigators say the man driving that car went through a red light, hitting another car, and then hit two people crossing 14th Street, killing one of them.
In my mind, they had to be traveling greater than 50 miles an hour. I mean, they went through the intersection, you know.
At this point right now, there'll be a multitude of charges. We are actually working in consultation with the United States Attorney's Office. The driver is under arrest, but we're working in consultation with them right now to get all of the charges.
The other person hit is still in critical condition. The driver was arrested, but he has not been identified. He's facing multiple charges. And new tonight, we are keeping an eye on a homicide investigation in Lorton there. Fairfax County Police are on the scene now. Police say they found a man dead inside following a shooting in the 9500 block of Unity Lane. This was just reported just before 8:30 p.m. Officers are asking people now to avoid that area. Also developing, D.C. police are still investigating a shooting that left one person dead on Friday evening. It happened just after 6 p.m. in the 900 block of 12th Street in Southeast. The victim has been identified as 32-year-old Ricky Garner. A $25,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest. Also tonight, we're getting a closer look at former President Donald Trump's tax returns after they were recently released. Several years of former President Trump's tax returns are now public after years of controversy. The returns say Trump paid over $640,000 in federal income taxes in 2015, the year he started his presidential campaign. The next 2 years, he paid just $750, then nearly $1 million in 2018, $133,000 in 2019, and nothing in 2020. The tax returns released include over 6,000 pages spanning 6 years. Although the documents relate to Trump and former First Lady Melania Trump, over half of the pages dealt with Trump's business ventures. The House Ways and Means Committee voted last week to release the documents to the public, which many Republicans accuse the committee of using Trump's tax releases as a weapon against the party. Democratic Congressman Richard Neal says the focus was to ensure the tax system applied to all Americans equally.
This was never about being punitive. It was never about being malicious.
The committee released a summary report last week revealing that Trump claimed millions of dollars in losses that reduced the amount of taxes he had to pay. Well, new today, no big winner for the Mega Millions jackpot. The top prize for the first drawing of the new year climbing now to $785 million, with a cash payout of just under $400 million. The numbers were 1, 3, 6, 44, 51, and a gold mega ball, which was 7. The next drawing will happen on Tuesday. All right, looking ahead to Tuesday this week, we are on a good streak here, Scott.
Yeah, at least temperature-wise, certainly, that is for sure. Cloud coverage, though, right now, 55, it's mild outside. In the district, we have a light wind at west-northwest at 3 miles an hour, and as a result, because we're seeing light winds across the area, we're also seeing some fog, some of which are locally dense. Humidity is high, dew point temperature pretty close to the actual temperature, and thereby 96% humidity, thereby saturated atmosphere, thereby some fog. So here we go. Earlier this evening, we had those rain showers move on through. Thankfully, that is now moving out of the way. Fog is replacing wherever you see some showers, and there are just a few lingering light showers that are moving through portions of West Virginia now, but pretty much it's over with. The rain is, as far as the rain is concerned. And our future tracker picks up on a couple of those little splash and dash showers moving right along Highway 70 there, up between Frederick and Hagerstown, between now and 11:08 this evening. So again, all of this on the light side. However, the rain's already done its job. It's already wet the ground out there. So please, if you do drive, be careful for many reasons, but one of which is the weather and the wet roads that are out there. Now, as far as planning the rest of your evening here, beyond the midnight hour, 1 o'clock, yeah, fog will continue to settle in, even if you're not seeing it right now. But partly cloudy skies here in the D.C. is being seen. And as far as tomorrow is concerned, the first day of the new year, Sundays are usually brunch days for families. And you can see that the temperatures are going to climb a little bit, but not much, and hold into the 50s here from 10 o'clock. Straight through the noon hour or the brunch hours here, but we'll see a little bit more in the way of some sunshine. Each passing hour goes by. And here is a look at your 7-day forecast. You see the warmth here at the beginning of the 7-day, but a cooler end of the 7-day period here by Friday and Saturday. We're seeing 40s for highs. At least we'll have a good amount of sunshine.